It's WTBA 105.3, the Professor James Quibbly, that's me, and my co-host, as always, is Dr. Duke Blazer. Dr. Blazer?
Today's show is going to be about the Libyan attacks. As we all know, Chris Stevens, the American ambassador, and 3 other Americans were killed in Libya by Libyan forces. Is there anything to say, Professor Quibbly?
Yeah, there is, Dr. Blazer. I believe... Now, this is just my own opinion, but it is backed by many others. I believe it was caused by chemtrails, Dr. Blazer.
Well, why would it be caused by chemtrails? What are you talking about?
Well, as you know, Dr. Blazer, chemtrails have been known for some 50 years now. Used primarily in the United States. I believe they were recently used in Libya on the Libyan forces by the U.S. government. To trick them into attacking the U.S. Embassy, killing Chris Stevens and 3 others, 3 other Americans, that is. I believe this was all done because the reptilian shapeshifters are now controlling the entire government. It's part of the NWO.
Professor Quibbly, what in God's name are you talking about? You're talking about chemicals being dropped by the government into Libya to make them kill our own citizens. And what are you talking about? Reptilian shapeshifters. You sound insane.
Well, Dr. Blazer, reptilian shapeshifters have been around for quite some time now. Most notably Jimmy Carter from 1971 to 1975. He was a reptilian shapeshifter. But it doesn't end there. From Jimmy Carter all the way to our 44th president of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama, he was also, or he is, a reptilian shapeshifter. For some time now, the U.S. government has been flying planes over Libya, dropping chemicals into their air supply, poisoning all the people and causing them to be able to control the minds. Yes, I'm now speaking of mind control, Dr. Blazer. This is a known fact and been known for some time now that mind control is possible, so that the U.S. government can invade Libya and gain all of its precious oil.
But, Professor Quibbly, why would they want to kill our own American blood with these chemtrails?
Well, you see, Dr. Blazer, you asked why we want to kill our own Americans. I simply point back to 9/11, 2001, the greatest hoax in the history of the planet Earth. We want to invade the Middle East again for more oil. We need more oil for our reptilian shapeshifter overlords. They feed on it, and it is a precious resource to them. To them, it's like ice cream, or cake, if you will. It's delicious.
Alright, so Professor Quibbly, you're trying to brainwash these people to tell us that we have reptilians and our own American government. And you're trying to tell me, your own friend Dr. Blazer here, you're trying to tell me that they want to start a war for oil. And you're trying to tell me that reptilians eat oil like a fat woman eats ice cream when her boyfriend breaks up with her. You're trying to tell me that's what reptilians, those magical creatures that you speak of since Jimmy Carter, are trying to do. They want to start a war for oil? Why do we need more oil?
Well, like I said earlier, Dr. Blazer, the reptilian shapeshifters crave oil because it tastes like ice cream cake to them. It's sweet, it's delicious, they can't have enough of it. As you can see from the 2001 and onward, we've had a war that's been going on for 11 years, drilled every bit of oil out of there. At one point, we had a BP oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. Where did all that oil go, I ask? It's all gone. The reptilian shapeshifters just swam out into the Gulf of Mexico, mouths open, doing the what you know as the breaststroke, eating up tons of oil. That's why there's no more oil in the Gulf of Mexico. There's no way any crew could clean that spill up, but only reptilians, shapeshifters, that is. So in conclusion, Dr. Blazer, I believe that the reptilian shapeshifters are in complete control of the government now. They're now using chemtrails, the HARP project. They're using the Middle East as basically an open buffet, if you will, for oil. And they're doing anything they can to invade and get more oil for themselves.
Thank you for opening my eyes. I don't know how I've been blind, like the rest of the sheeple in America. No one else will open their eyes and accept that the reptilians are here I've learned today from Professor Quibbly that they're here to destroy us. They're here to take over the government and control everything. We need a good, hard-working man. You guys say Ron Paul's the savior. Ron Paul's with the controlled opposition. We can't have him there. We need a new person in office. So my closing thoughts on this. The reptilians are terrible, terrible creatures, and they killed Chris Stevens, our innocent ambassador, and 3 other Americans over in Libya. They've taken over the minds of the Libyan forces, and we just can't have that. We need to step up as American people. I know we've all been brainwashed away by those chemtrails, but my God, we need to stop this. The other day, Monday Night Football, the NFL, the Seahawks and Packers. That was a close game, right, Professor Quibbly? That was a good one, right?
Well, it depends on what you consider close, Dr. Blazer. What I saw there was a complete and total robbery.
Whoa.
Well, quite simply, Dr. Blazer, what we have here is another case of our reptilian shape-shifting overlords ruling every aspect of our lives. You see, the Greenbay Packers were destined to be another Super Bowl team, but the Green Bay Packers are going up with a much bigger opponent than just the Seahawks. You see, Pete Carroll, the head coach of the Seahawks, and John Schneider, the general manager for the Seahawks, are both reptilian warlords.
Whoa! Professor Quibbly, what are you trying to say? That the NFL has been taken over by these reptilians as well?
Not entirely, Dr. Blazer. They've only have control of a few teams at the moment. But as you can clearly see, that game was a robbery, and that the refs were also reptilian shapeshifters under the control of Pete Carroll and the Seahawks general manager, John Schneider, who are both reptilian warlords.
Well, Professor Quibbly, I believe you're right. I never thought about it that way, but now that we think about it, we see in the end zone on that final play, we see that one good-hearted African-American official. He waves it as an interception, the game's over. But as you see coming up to his side, the reptilian official throws his hand straight up, calling a touchdown, and the game's over there. You've learned so far about the Libyan government and the NFL being involved with reptilians, but right now we're going to go on a quick break, and here is a word from our sponsors. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Fuck you, Baltimore!
If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend,
You're a big enough schmuck to come to Big Bill Hell's Cars!
bad deal.
Cars that break down!
Thief.
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
You can kiss my ass.
it's our belief that you're such a stupid motherfucker!
You'll fall for this bullshit.
Guaranteed!
If you find a better deal,
Shove it up your ugly ass!
you heard us right.
Shove it up your ugly ass!
Bring your tray.
Bring your title!
Bring your wife.
We'll fuck her!
That's right, we'll fuck your wife.
Because at Big Bill Hell,
You're fucked 6 ways from Sunday.
take a hike
to Big Bill Hell.
home of challenge pissing!
That's right.
Challenge pissing!
How does it work?
If you can piss 6 feet in the air straight up and not get wet,
You get no down payment.
don't wait!
Don't delay.
Don't fuck with us or we'll rip your nuts off!
Only at Big Bill Hell.
The only dealer that tells you to fuck off!
Hurry up, asshole.
This event ends the minute after you write us a check.
And it better not bounce or you're a dead motherfucker.
Go to hell!
Big Bill Hell's Cars.
Baltimore's filthiest
And exclusive on one of the meanest sons of bitches in the state of Maryland.
guaranteed!
20 questions about love and sex.
Describe your last sex dream.
My last was with Simon from the show. It was like the one dream that you have before you wake up, and it was really edited and short. But I remember he was fingering me, and I was really pleasured by it. And then I woke up.
Did you have short or long nails?
They were short.
That was a good job.
Yeah, it was a pretty good show today. I hope it keeps going good.
I do too. So, what are you doing tomorrow around 3 p.m.?
At 3 p.m., it's funny you should ask that. I was thinking about going over to Sunnyside Elementary.
Oh, yeah, well, I know where you're going with this. I was planning to go there too.
Oh, really? What were your plans over there?
Well, I was looking for a little boy between 3rd and 5th grade. I don't Doesn't matter what the name is, Bobby, Billy, something with a B. I like that. Yeah, I'm gonna take him home and then we're gonna have a little bit of an interesting time together. I've done this many times before. How about yourself? Why are you going there?
Well, I was looking for a little girl myself. Probably around, I don't know, 8 or 10. Like a good little blonde girl. I don't care about the names much, as long as her chest is smooth and as long as she has a flat chest and no hair, I'd be happy.
I understand. I was looking at one of those and masturbating for 3 hours straight last night, Professor Quibbly. It was a great time I was having. I was stroking for hours.
I too masturbate. I go on 4chan sometimes, late in the night, and I browse the random board. Occasionally you get a good pick every once in a while.
Usually when I go home, I go to 98.7 smooth jazz, and I masturbate for 13 hours. And I can't even get up because all the cum on my seat just gets all sticky. Starts ejaculating randomly. It's just the smooth jazz just gets me every time.
That's what the jazz does to you. Miles Davis will sometimes just sneak up on you and your penis will creep up out of your pants and into your hand. You find yourself masturbating for 13 hours straight, like you said. Well, that's interesting. I'd like to hear more about it when we go do another break. Go ahead and turn the microphones on. We got about 10 seconds before we get on the air.
All right. Oh. Professor Quibbly. The microphones have been on the whole time.